Have you ever wondered how the Amish bake all that golden, perfect bread without using an electric oven? How do they make pies, casseroles, and cakes with no temperature dials, timers, or modern gadgets? The answer lies in a system of patience, precision, and tradition that turns the simplest heat into something extraordinary. Today we're stepping into an Amish kitchen to see how they bake without electricity, and why it still works better than most modern methods. When you walk into an Amish home, the kitchen isn't just a place to cook. It's the heart of the house. There's no hum of machines or buzz of timers. Instead, you'll hear the steady crackle of a wood-burning stove and smell fresh bread rising somewhere nearby. That stove, often made of cast iron and built to last for generations, is the centerpiece of Amish baking. It's both a heat source and an oven in one. Some families even call it the hearth, because it provides warmth, food, and comfort through every season. Instead of setting a temperature, the Amish rely on experience. They judge heat by touch, by how fast a piece of dough rises, or by how long it takes for a drop of water to dance on the stove's surface. For most of us, that sounds impossible. But for an Amish cook, this is second nature, learned from years of watching, helping, and trusting simple tools over complicated machines. Here's how it works. The wood stove has a firebox on one side and an oven chamber on the other. As the fire burns, heat travels around the oven chamber, warming it evenly. The Amish don't use electricity to control the temperature. They control it by managing the fire itself. Want higher heat? Add dry hardwood like oak or maple. Need to lower it? Let the coals settle before putting in your bread. Experienced Amish bakers know exactly how much wood to use for certain foods. For example, bawa mawa making nabula weed. Bread dough loves steady medium heat, while pies and casseroles need shorter bursts of higher heat. It's an art, not a science, and it's one that takes years to master. Many families even keep a simple oven thermometer made of old iron or tin, passed down for generations to judge when the oven is ready, but most rely purely on intuition, what they call kitchen sense. For smaller households or outdoor cooking, the Amish often use Dutch ovens, heavy cast iron pots with lids that can hold coals on top. The process is clever and completely off-grid. First, the cook places hot coals under and over the pot to surround it with even heat. Then, she lets the bread or pie bake slowly, just like it would in a modern oven. Dutch ovens are ideal for camping, emergencies, or off-grid living. They can bake bread, roast chicken, or even make cakes, all from the same pot. Some Amish women even bake cookies this way, stacking several Dutch ovens side by side, each one filled with a batch of dough. The coals are monitored carefully, rotated every few minutes, and adjusted with simple tongs. The result? Golden, evenly baked food. No electricity, no waste, and no reliance on modern systems. Not all Amish families bake at home. Some, use community bakehouses, especially for those large gatherings or events like weddings. These bakehouses often have large clay or brick ovens, built using the same principles as those found in Europe centuries ago. The oven is heated by burning wood inside until the walls absorb enough heat. Then, the ashes are swept out, and the bread or pies are placed directly on the hot surface. The radiant heat from the brick walls bakes the food perfectly. Once the bread is done, the same oven might be used for pies, casseroles, or even roasted vegetables as the temperature slowly drops. This technique is not just about baking, it's about community. On baking days, women gather, talk, and share recipes while tending to dozens of loaves. The warmth of the oven is matched by the warmth of their conversations. In Amish life, patience is part of every recipe. There's no rushing a loaf of bread or multitasking while something bakes. Instead, baking is slow, deliberate, and peaceful. It's a rhythm that connects the cook to the process, kneading, waiting, and trusting the heat. Amish bakers know their dough by feel, not by timer. They can tell when a loaf is ready just by pressing it gently, or by the smell drifting from the stove. It's the kind of intuition that modern cooks often lose in the rush of convenience. And yet this calm approach consistently produces better results. Another reason Amish baking stands out is freshness. Their bread, pies, and pastries don't use preservatives or artificial ingredients, yet they stay soft for days. How? because the baking process itself locks in moisture. Bread baked in a wood stove or Dutch oven forms a crust that naturally seals the inside. The gentle, even heat keeps it from drying out, unlike modern ovens that blow hot air. Most families wrap their bread in cotton cloth or keep it in wooden bread boxes. The cool, steady temperature of an Amish home helps preserve it naturally. It's one of the reasons Amish bread has that distinctive texture, soft inside, crisp outside, and rich with real flavor. If you peek inside an Amish kitchen, you won't find silicone mats or electric mixers. Instead, you'll see rolling pins made from maple, cast iron pans blackened with years of use, and hand-carved dough troughs. Everything is made to last, often for generations. Even measuring is done differently. Instead of digital scales, Amish cooks use spoons, cups, or just their hands. A handful of flour or a pinch of salt means exactly what it sounds like. It's not guesswork, it's experience, built on years of daily repetition. Many families keep small notebooks filled with handwritten recipes, sometimes written in Pennsylvania Dutch. These notes often include not just ingredients, but weather observations or wood type, because both affect baking results. For the Amish, baking isn't only practical, it's deeply spiritual. It represents care, gratitude, and simplicity. Every loaf of bread is a reminder of self-reliance and God's provision. When a mother bakes for her family, it's an act of love and service, not a chore. Many Amish prayers even thank God specifically for the hands that made this bread. That spiritual connection shapes how they cook. There's no rush, no waste, and no ego. Just quiet focus and appreciation for the process. Even if you live in a city apartment, there's something to learn from Amish baking. You might not have a wood stove, but you can still slow down and bake intentionally. You can use a cast iron pan, reduce waste, and trust your senses more than your gadgets. Amish cooking reminds us that food isn't just fuel, it's connection. It's about turning raw ingredients into something that feeds the body and calms the mind. You don't need the newest appliance to make something special. You just need time, patience, and care. The same ingredients the Amish have relied on for centuries. The most surprising thing about Amish baking is how timeless it feels. Even without electricity, their food looks like something from a magazine. Golden crusts, steaming pies, soft loaves of bread. But it's not about perfection, it's about purpose. Every part of the process, from chopping wood to cooling the bread, connects the family to nature and tradition. It's sustainable, affordable, and deeply fulfilling. When the power goes out, the Amish kitchen doesn't stop. The warmth of the stove keeps going, the bread keeps rising, and the family keeps gathering around the table, just as they always have. That's the quiet power of the Amish way. So next time you bake, try doing it the old way, even just once. Skip the timer, trust your senses, and feel the process. You'll start to understand why Amish food tastes so honest, so comforting, and so real. Because when you bake with your hands, your patience, and your heart, it's not just food anymore, it's a memory in the making, and maybe, just maybe, that's what makes it truly perfect.